Welcome back to the Family Food Supply. Today we've got something new for you. Today we're going to be sharing with you items that we recommend you could purchase just like us. If you want to be cool, you'll be purchasing these items. Things like rice cakes, laundry detergent, pumpkin, collagen, protein powder. Take it away. Zazu was being extra obnoxious today, so now we can go and blow at him or something to get him to be quiet.
He doesn't squeak. Maybe he does. You just like to squawk at the camera, don't you? Okay, like Kevin said, we're going to be sharing a video once a month where we talk about 4 different categories of food items that we recommend you buy. First being items from Azure Standard that are on sale. Second being items that are new at Azure Standard. Highlight some of those and hopefully get some of them in at our hauls so that we can try them out and test them for you. Number 3, we're going to talk about produce that is in season or in-season items in general. Sometimes it won't be produce. And number 4, we have an extra special category for you. We have put together a buying cycle for you here at A Family Food Supply where we go through and make sure that over the course of the year, you are cycling through and looking at your stock of grains, proteins, stocking up on snacks, everything, either on an annual, a biannual, or a quarterly basis. One of the things that we have noticed a lot of out on YouTube is there's a lot of fear-mongering going on.
Fear-mongering.
And I want to just put a disclaimer out there and say building a food supply is something that we've done forever. We've done diligently for probably the past 10 years. And it's something that we have benefited from over time, and it is something that we have always kind of worked towards with more of a trusting God, following God sort of a mindset, as opposed to that fear-based, I need to do this or else. We're not going to sit here and try and predict what is not going to be in supply. We're not going to tell the future. This is more of like a solid strategy to follow that makes sense to us. And
if you want to be cool like us, you do it too.
So
let's get started.
Let's jump on in. Okay.
Let's go.
So let's start out with the Azure sale items.
I'm interested.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So one of the first items is laundry detergent. Azure has, I think, all of their laundry detergent items on sale this month. And so if you have not given it a try, it's a great time to do so. We've tried a few of them, but I'm going to use it as an excuse to try a few more as well and do a little bit more comparison. Second, Azure has some coconut products on sale. They've got their coconut oil as well as their toasted coconut.
Another item that is on sale is this Celtic or Celtic sea salt. Not sure which one it is, but we traditionally use the Real Salt brand. Occasionally we'll dabble in with the Celtic just to mix it up.
Next are the Ezekiel bread products. That is something that we use off and on. Honestly, Harbor's been doing an awesome job with making bread, so I don't think we're gonna take advantage of that right now. But when we're not in a bread making season, the Ezekiel bread is a great one to stock up on because you can freeze it.
One of the things that keeps me alive is the rice. And when it's on sale, oh, you know we buy it. So this is usually an item that's on sale often at Azure.
It is on sale often.
But we usually just get 2 bags at a time and throw them in the Mylar bags, throw them in the bucket. Grayson brought up a bunch of Mylar bags this morning. Super easy, just pop them open, dump them in, good to go. Along with the rice is the rice cakes. This Londonberg rice cake is lightly salted, but it's got this sweet zing to it as well. Really, really good.
So next we have some of the Napa Valley products. I'm not sure if it's all of the Napa Valley products, but toasted sesame oil is one of them that I know I have on our list to buy when it is on sale. The Grand Reserve may or may not be. That's going to be one that I'm not too sure on, but any of the other oils and vinegars from Napa Valley are also potentially on sale.
That's delicious.
And then lastly, Sovereign Silver products are also on sale if you are a big fan of using colloidal silver. Sovereign Silver is a great brand if you're not making it yourself. So Azure has all kinds of new products that they are coming out with, which I'm pretty excited about. They have a canned tomato product coming out, which I was really bummed. I was hoping that it was going to be available in our last order, and it wasn't, and it still isn't. So I'm hoping, they said it's available in September, so it should be here. They also have some canned fruits. They have a new mustard line that they're putting out with all different types of mustards, as well as some new coconut products. They're chipped coconut, and I believe they've got a coconut vinegar, maybe, some other things. So lots of new stuff to try.
A new item that I actually have no clue what it is called the 4 jars canning lids.
So one of the things that Azure used to carry ball canning jars, and they don't anymore. They now have their own name, like just plain canning jars, but they don't have the canning lids. And so they just started carrying the 4 jars brand lids. So if you know when you're canning, you want to use new lids every single time. So we like to keep those on hand. So as soon as I saw that they had the 4 jars canning lids, I threw those in the cart. Really reasonable price for like a pack of, I think, 150 of them. Okay, so another new product is the Re-Light electrolyte drink from Redmond, if you're familiar with Real Salt. It's made by Redmond. They now have an electrolyte drink, and I'm super excited to try that.
Is it flavored?
It is flavored. They have a number of different flavors, and I put it in the cart. I don't know if they're going to have it. I don't think that they actually are going to have it in stock. Maybe not even until October. I'm not sure. So I might actually order a sample pack directly from Redmond so that we can give those a try, so that I can buy it in bulk during one of our future Azure orders.
Next that's new is a chocolate bar brought to you by Dr. Bronner's. Who's Dr. Bronner's?
Okay, so Dr. Bronner's is the brand of Castile soap that we have grown to love, and they are now making chocolate bars. I feel like it's kind of an interesting transition, but I'm really excited to try them. I actually got 3 different flavors in our order that'll be here next week. And then lastly, Trace Minerals has a number of different products that Azure is bringing into their inventory, which I'm excited about. They have a new NAC powder. I've been taking NAC for a while now. There's a lot of companies that won't sell it anymore. Like, you can't buy anything with NAC on it from Amazon.
Because it's good for you.
Because it's good for you. There's a lot of controversy that came out with all of the COVID stuff and people taking it and saying it's helpful. And anyway, they've got new electrolyte flavors. They have magnesium gummies, which I think are going to be a good one to try, along with zinc gummies and ashwagandha gummies. So I think that those are just going to be a great way to have some of those minerals and herbs on hand, that if you want to get a little bit extra in, you can just quickly grab it, not worry about even having to have water on hand to take it. Category number 3 is in-season items.
It is harvest season, and you know what that means. Lots of different types of produces are going to be coming across this counter, of which include apples.
It's a little early for apples, I think, but Azure is starting to have them. I don't know if we're going to find any locally here yet, but as we get towards the end of the month, definitely those will come into season.
As I look out the window, I'm seeing little blotches of color in the trees.
Yes.
It's coming.
With apples also come pears. We're still able to get peaches here. The one thing I'm bummed about is that cherries are gone. Grapes and watermelon are two fruits that are available in abundance.
Pickling cucumbers, definitely coming in strong.
Then we've got things like beets and cabbage, as well as peppers, tomatoes, and potatoes.
Potatoes. And next up is that buying cycle that we put together for you here at a family food supply. This one is awesome.
Okay, so the first part of this category is items that our goal is to purchase for an entire year worth. We've got actually 2 items here. Normally each month there's just 1, but this month there's 2. So number 1 is going to be veggies. And specifically we're referring to canned and or frozen veggies. So we've got things like pumpkin and diced green chilies and olives and tomatoes. Now again, I mentioned I really wanted to get those Azure brand tomatoes on our order. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to squeeze them in at the end of the month, and it's still my September order, and it can still count. We do also have some frozen corn coming.
Shepherd pie
Now,
season.
with this, I'm going to also include canning ourselves. We're going to be canning some tomatoes from the garden, and I don't know if there's anything else that I'm really up for adding in right now. Now, in addition to the canned and frozen veggies, we're also going to add in apples because it is the early part of the season, or at least the early part of what we're seeing available in our area. We've got, I think, 3 cases of apples coming from Azure, and I'm really hoping to get some more at the end of the month. And we'll be doing some applesauce, apple butter, and dehydrating apple chips.
Apple butter's my favorite.
Ideally, at least that year worth.
A year's worth?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I need more apples.
Yes.
Okay. The next part of this category is going to be 6 months worth. And this one's a little bit more complicated because it would make it seem like it's easier. But some of these 6-month items are expensive.
Yes, they are. This month, our 6-month item is oils. So we have both olive oil and avocado oil. And these are not cheap.
They're not cheap,
items.
but
For example, for olive oil, that would be $1,200 a month. We go through about 2 gallons of each of these in a month. Rather than saying, you know, we've really got to spend that $1,200, what I personally am looking at is that making sure that our stock is at that 6-month supply. We do have the 6 months worth of olive oil in there, and we're getting there with the avocado oil. So use this strategy or these guidelines to kind of work towards your advantage and work within what you are able to do. Don't want you to feel like, well, I just have to go out and buy 6 months worth of oil. That's not even the case. And if it's something that you're just going to buy 1 extra bottle in comparison to what you would normally buy for the month, buy 1 extra bottle and then like carry that along over the next few months and continue to add to it.
next up, we got the 3-month items. We love stocking up on 3 months worth of seafood because you just don't have to buy it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to deal with whatever.
And this is one of those things where we could potentially, ideally purchase more at a time and not have to worry about it for a longer amount of time. But when you look at the cost involved along with the freezer space required, it's one of those things where if we can have 3 months worth, I feel okay. And lastly, we have drink mixes. Now, a lot of prepper type people are going to think of drinks as things like apple juice powder and lemonade powder, and that's not at all what we're referring to here. We want something that is going to both be nutritious and
Some sustenance,
but also is something that can flavor water if ever necessary. So we include in here, we've got some protein powder, Got another bone broth protein powder, and then we've got some collagen, another brand of collagen. We like to kind of mix it up a little bit. And then we've got 3 different types of electrolytes down here.
You made it funny. You said mix it up.
Mix it up. I did.
All right, that's it for what to buy in the month of September.
If you're not already on our email list, I'm going to link our free grocery inventory below. Sign up, you'll get that. You'll get on our email list, at which point you'll receive emails each month where we talk more about what to buy for the month, as well as additional emails with all kinds of tips and tricks that we don't share elsewhere.
We'll see you next time.
What if we put them like on the perch? Look at, why are there dead flies over here?
Because I just put them there. Can you see them?
I don't know. Probably.
Probably not. It's so I can collect
Can
them.
you just put them in the sink? Yes, so like Kevin said, we're going to be... It's worse. It's just louder now.